one of the guys just came up, obviously Jackson Holliday. The talent's there. You see it, and it's a cool moment. I get giddy about. I don't care about the results right now. I care about that he's living out a dream, getting to talk to Matt Holliday about it. It's fun, and it's an exciting time for everybody. But I think also everyone, because of everything nowadays in social media, everyone's expecting these prospects to hit the ground running constantly. We've seen Gunnar had his struggles. Adley had his struggles. I remember even too, Cedric came down to Double-A with me in 2019, but it doesn't mean that these guys can't be successful players. Can you just again elaborate on with the Jackson Holliday, just, hey, there's a lot more that goes into it, and players, this is arguably the most, I shouldn't say the most players of his caliber, if they ever struggle for the first time, it's getting at the big leagues to the top level. And I think that speaks volumes, but there's a grace period.
So first of all, I think with him, it's great where he's at right now, and everyone should enjoy. I think it's rare if you're a baseball fan to watch a 20-year-old with the type of potential career that he has sort of go through this phase, because this isn't something you get to see. It's once every 25 years or so where we get to kind of watch a young player that has the pedigree that he does, like in this phase of his career at this young of an age. But the jump from AAA to the big leagues, a couple things about it. Number one, we're going through a pitching crisis right now. We have so many major league pitchers hurt. I'm guessing there's probably not a lot of major league caliber pitchers in AAA. Usually there's not, but if this might be fewer than ever, just because everyone's looking for pitching right now. So that's a big jump in that regard. But then also, if you're in A ball and you move up to high A, you're only going to face guys that are so good, because if they're too good for high A, they go up to Double-A pretty quickly. But when you go from AAA to the majors, there's nowhere else for them to go. So you're facing guys that are multiple levels better than you, but there's nowhere else for them to be promoted to. So it's the biggest jump in baseball for that reason. And on top of it, like I said, I suspect everyone's got a lot of their pitching up in the big leagues right now because of the scarcity of pitchers that we have. So it's an enormous jump. All you got to do is look at, like you mentioned, our past number one prospects and guys like Cowser and Grayson, even as a pitcher. It's normal for guys to start slow.
Well, also too, I think about it, when you're the guy in the minors, you're the guy, and you're going to be hitting in the middle of the lineup, or you're going to be the top guy, and you can get away with more even in the pitching side, because like you just said, there's talent down there, but everything's magnified in the big leagues. And no longer is it about just development. It's about, yes, we want you to develop, but we need to win games. And I think that's what sometimes people forget. And again, I remember the same thing. My dad had his struggles his first year, and then he got to the big leagues. Calvin was hitting $117. Would you have gotten rid of him in May by then? Is that a good time to get rid of him? I would have gotten rid of him. It's funny, people bring that up to me, specifically him, because I thought I had it figured out. He had 3 hits on opening day. I think he went 2 for his next 55. And so I want to give context to people there. I think it turned out okay. Safe to say, Baltimore still likes.
Yeah, and so some of it's necessary, honestly. I mean, you're a phenom like that. It's very possible you haven't encountered any type of failure, extended failure in the batter's box up until that point.
Yeah.
And, learning how to get through that is a fresh experience sometimes for these guys. So, it's probably something he looks back on as a positive.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah. No, I mean, well, in the moment, there's some stories we can save for the off-air stuff, but that was tough. That's the frustrating part. But again, I just want to give context, because I think behind the scenes there's so much when you talk to everybody. It's all about what's happening right now. What do you expect as a timeline? And there's way more to that in the sport of baseball. There's a reason why you go to the minor leagues for years. And in this case for Jackson, he just shot up there so quickly, and he was rightfully so, and he looks the part of it. Now it's just about him getting comfortable.